Or was it? It could have been. There's a lot of people out there. What are they talking about?
We recognize mercenaries trying to pimp us out like that little bitch Eminem and his little wannabe thug pansies behind him who aren't real men, who wouldn't take on the globalists like Donald Trump or anybody else. Like that little bitch Eminem. Like that little bitch Eminem.
I found an Alex Jones clip that I'd missed because Eminem did that rhyme at the Cypher deal. They're doing a little Trump diss, and I guess maybe I caught it, and I have a chemical dependency to alcohol or work a lot of hours and forgot, but I just saw it while doing show prep this evening. And I was like, what?
And we recognize mercenaries trying to pimp us out like that little bitch Eminem and his little wannabe thug pansies behind him who aren't real men, who wouldn't take on the globalists like Donald Trump or anybody else.
Yeah. That's the reality of things. And so, yeah, I found that and I said, I'm putting that in the soundboard.
Now, sisters and brothers, we know we got over by the blood, the sweat, and the tears of sheroes and heroes, some whose names we know and some whose names we do not know. But I want to tell you something, we have been here before. Now, the only difference is we got some company, Rev. We got our gay lesbian sisters and brothers with us this time. We got our Hispanic, Asian, Native American sisters and brothers with us this time. I think Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King said we may not have gotten here on the same ship, but we are in the same boat right now.
In Father Teresa's wine cellar, we believe all oppression is intersectional. And this means our analysis of current events frequently includes discussion of difficult and explicit content. Any combination of the following topics could be included in our show: murder, rape, war, climate change, racism, sexism, violence, sexual violence, homophobic violence, heterocentrism, discrimination and abuse against individuals of nonconformist sexuality, domestic violence, child abuse, child rape, child neglect, elderly abuse, verbal abuse, police brutality, microaggressions, ableism, cyberbullying, genital mutilation, ideological extremism, and people just being total fucking assholes.
Oh, wrong. Why is it, ma'am? It ain't funny. It's
kind of funny.
It's all wrong.
You're not supposed to say that.
Well, I do.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this. But we're not on the show right now.
All right.
This show is brought to you by the fuck that Father Teresa does not give.
All right. Will the Lib Dems be able to cover Alex Jones' phone gate without invoking transphobia? That was my concern trying to cover it. So I was like, I like making fun of Alex Jones because he has a funny voice. He is the greatest impression of Yosemite Sam ever. But it's like, it's like some, I think people getting at it like on some, like, no, I'm down with couching on this one, where it's like, hey, like, the, you know, trans lives matter, but like, this motherfucker fucking go. Didn't he say like trans women should be burned or something? He said that, right?
Well, he said drag queens, but he conflates drag queens and trans women and gay men in dresses, because those are all the same thing. Like, gay men are inherently femme to him, which means they like dresses, which means they're actually cross-dressers, which means they're actually drag queens, which are actually trans women who are just femme gay men who like to wear dresses. Like, that's all kind of a Venn diagram that's one fucking circle to him. So, yeah, when he says drag queens, he most likely meant trans people, trans women in particular. So, yeah.
And he was pushing that shit with calling Michelle Obama Michael Obama.
Yeah, he's like, did the conspiracy that Michelle Obama is trans. He had the thing about the drag queens reading to kids in libraries and was like calling it satanic and saying some shit like no other species would tolerate this by letting, you know, some drag queens come in and have their way with your children. So like obviously playing up the assumed pedophile angle.
Wait until he find out which seahorse has the baby. He's gonna lose his shit. Okay.
Wait until he finds out about hyenas.
Oh, no other species.
No other species.
And that's why he's gonna be like, and that's why Mufasa didn't like him. He was trying to raise Simba to be a man.
Exactly.
But then little skinny Scar comes up. And then he's gonna conflate Scar with Ka.
Probably.
Like, what little man cub? Yeah,
they'll look
Jones.
the same. They'll look the same.
And over there at the motherfuckers on Crooks and Liars, they got Brian Kilmeade says Trump's alleged trade deal with Mexico proves he doesn't hate Mexicans.
Wow.
There you go. Hey, they're figuring it out.
I hope you know that the transatlantic slave trade also proves that Europeans didn't hate Africans.
Nah, they just hate the freedom. Phoenix Leader and I have argued about this, and we still disagree. We disagree on things. We're literally
disagree on things.
Yeah. Right there in this household, we are not an echo chamber.
Yeah.
Kinda. We agree on a lot of shit. It's a little goofy to where, like, you know that one where that person was, that mailman was walking with his kid and accidentally ran him into a pole. We didn't not laugh together loudly.
He wasn't paying attention to his offspring.
He was walking way too fast. Like, we never consider how fast we actually walk as a species until we hit some shit.
Right.
Whack something with your shin walking at normal speed. Like, holy fuck.
Hurt. Break your toe.
Yeah, you can break your fucking toe walking.
Yeah. I've done that.
Oh, fuck. Man, your life sucks. That's all I've been saying the past couple, like 2 or 3 months. Like, just more like, as all the things in your life compile up, I'm just like, fuck that shit, man. All right. You better get to this is an action-packed episode.
Action-packed.
You can tell by the loud Britney Spears instrumental.
Yes.
Yeah, when you get this beat.
It's White on White Wednesday, and it's time for White on White Crime.
I did not plan that to roll with the breakdown.
Yes, you did.
All right. Shit. I
Yes.
mean, yeah, all right, so you got the stuff. You have the things.
I have all the stories, all the headlines. Let's see, where are we starting? I guess,
Yes.
As Jeff Bezos of Amazon, forces thousands of employees to rely on federal assistance while remaining the richest man in the world, Bernie Sanders
Oh, fuck.
is announcing legislation that would force Amazon and other large American corporations to, quote, get off welfare and pay a 100% tax cut on public assistance their low-paid workers receive. So basically, if one employee qualifies for $50 of food stamps and gets it, Amazon would have to pay $50 for those food stamps.
Oh, so he's going after Bezos and...
Like that little bitch, Eminem!
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
And Sanders also is tweeting saying any current or former Amazon employees who would like to anonymously share their experiences of working there can @ him or message him or email him. He would like to know. Oh, and I had one of those Amazon bots pop up in my mentions too. It turns out they're not actually bots, they're real employees, and they get paid extra and get like gift cards and paid vacations and shit to tweet this shit about, actually, I work at Amazon and I've been there for 2 years and it's amazing. The air conditioning works great and we have regular bathroom breaks, guys.
The air conditioning works great. That doesn't sound scripted at fuck all.
A lot, literally, they talk about the air conditioning, how nice the managers are. They get paid 30% more than the average entry wage at a grocery store.
Look at how the fuck much they make.
It's sort of like $13 an hour.
All right, fuck it. Let's just disclose. I'm still poor.
Yeah, I'm poor too.
Their shit ain't that awesome.
They also have 10, well, you could do it, but a lot of other people can't because it's like 10-hour days and you only get 2 breaks.
How long are the breaks?
The people tweeting for Amazon are saying each are a half hour. People who work there said you don't usually get breaks, and if you do, there may be 15 minutes.
But then also, what are they doing? Like, cause like right now, I'm a machine operator, and I do side projects with maintenance and the CI department because I'm trying to get promoted some the fuck where. So like the factory, right, is not fucking air conditioned at fuck all.
Right.
But in one room, they run freeze dried broccoli. They keep that room fucking cold. Yeah. And on Tuesday, that's where I worked with the maintenance department all fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, I'm in, like, some privileged position. So if I went to Amazon, it'd probably be way different.
That'd be way different. But I'm saying, like, you physically would be capable. Other people are not physically capable of, like, doing the job.
Yeah.
Like that, but that much, like, lifting and being on your feet for that many hours. And, yeah.
And folks, watch what is that, the root word? Able. There's
yes.
always ableism afoot.
Yes.
Capitalism is inherently ableist.
Yes.
Because I have an unearned advantage, which is called a privilege over somebody that's suffers from the abuses of ableism.
Yes.
Go.
So that's going on. We'll see. I mean, obviously this bill's not going to pass, but I'm glad that he's doing it. Denver, Colorado. A boy committed suicide, Jamel Miles, and he was only 9 years old, but came out as gay and basically faced relentless bullying and killed himself. It's just like really sad, not only that he's dead, but watching the reaction around it, because of course all the homophobes like, ugh, why are you pushing that gay agenda on children? How do you even know what gay is when you're 9? The same way you had a crush on a girl and ended up marrying a woman. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's a stupid ass argument to me. How do you know what gay is when you're not? The same way you knew you were hetero when you're 9. Shut up. Shut the whole fuck up.
How did the 9-year-old hetero kids know that gay was bad? They knew. So apparently hetero parents at home are teaching their assumed hetero kids all about the gay.
All about the gay.
Like, quit fronting.
I made a tweet about that too. I'm like, how is it abnormal for a 9-year-old to know that they're gay, but other hetero 9-year-olds know that homophobia is a good thing? Like, what?
Yeah, and I bet they probably, and just like how and sometimes I think like, oh man, we say some wild shit on here because every couple of weeks someone says, yeah, I listen to your show with my kids. I'm like, whoo, whoo. And but then again, there's right wingers that listen to Coach Dave with their kids,
right?
And their kids are learning that male, verbatim quote, male butt sex is inconvenient.
It is inconvenient, amongst other things.
What? Yeah, inconvenient.
What?
Go.
Inconvenient. All right. Toronto. That thing looks creepy, does it not? They're opening up a sex doll brothel in Toronto. Nigga, that looks like a big ass Barbie doll. Like that doesn't look like.
It's like a hybrid of Bratz doll and Barbie dolls. Like they
it's like a Barbie doll with extra makeup and real eyelashes or something.
Okay.
Like it's not...
like they took she got human lashes.
Yeah, or animal. You can get like mink lashes and shit.
Oh, good. Hey, anything to make a fucking vegan mad. I'm all about it. And keep in mind, I'm saying fucking pompous white vegan activists.
Yeah,
fuckers.
Yes, the ones who show up in my mentions.
And like the ones that are cis men that run up and attack skinny cis women to snatch their coats off. Like, nigga, I dare you. I don't even like aesthetically, I don't like fur coats. But I dare you to run up and put your motherfucking hands on me and try to take my shit off.
Okay, what I want to see is like, you know how those vegan activists, they be having like the fucking funerals and shit in the grocery store where they like fucking like take the turkeys out of the freezer and like, this was a young innocent life that was taken under the cruelty of factory farming. Let us have a moment of silence for the dead turkey. That shit, you seen that shit they do?
Yeah, that was back when you like first did show prep.
I would love to see them do it in like a nigga grocery store. Like go do that shit at Piggly Wiggly. Like go do that shit at a grocery store like on the south side of Chicago. Don't go to fucking Whole Foods in the suburbs. Like how real fucking are you? Like take the fucking ribs. you know, like over Labor Day weekend and pull that shit in a black grocery store, please.
Matter of fact, when black folk are barbecuing publicly, you walk up and do that with your friends behind you holding their phones talking about,
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
go ahead. Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying. You know, fucking go to a, you know, a fucking Mexican restaurant and you know, take the tripas. You know, I just want to see how down you are with your cause. Get the fuck out of Whole Foods.
Yeah, did they do that shit for Tamir Rice? Go fuck yourself.
They ain't did shit for Tamir.
Look at the archive chat space on winecellarmedia.com on the Face Booze privately owned social network. Jay May alone in the archive chat space, saying and going back to stories we just riffed on a bit, saying hyenas drank the same water that turned the frogs gay.
Ha, they did.
Gay.
Yes.
And said, laughing my arse off. Damn it, why'd you have to make that Yosemite Sam comparison? Yeah. Oh, it'll never leave your head now. And said, how in the hell is it legal to not air condition a factory with huge heat conducting machines? Yo, we have machines that are in our factory. We have machines that are literally called ovens. That's actually the name of the machine. And to keep in mind, this is a climate change August right now. The factory I work in is regularly like 88 to 91 degrees inside, you know, and folks are just busting the shift. It's just rowdy.
Yes. And then we have, I didn't even finish. Anyway, so yeah, they're opening up a brothel in Canada that's going to be all sex dolls. And there's going to be apparently no humans working at it. You just like swipe a debit card or a credit card when you enter to pay for your services, and then you just go in your room and you do what you're doing and you leave. So like, there's not even going to be people working there apparently.
So no janitor to clean up the.
I guess at the end of the day, I don't know, because they said their shit is sterilized, and I'm like, I would like to know how it's going to be sterilized if you don't actually have people working in the building. I am confusion.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, they suggested you also wear a condom.
Oh, suggested.
It was a suggestion.
So there's no one there to make sure.
Yeah, it's not mandatory. It's a suggestion. I mean, I guess. But I'm just like, so sex dolls are going to have rights before actual sex workers. That's amazing.
That's right.
That's amazing.
What?
Yes. What would you do if the cops burned down our house because there was a thief in it?
I'd be like, yeah, your coworker wasn't in here. What are you talking about?
A homeowner in Greenwood Village, Colorado, is suing police after they destroyed his house to flush out a shoplifter. Cops maintained a 19-hour siege to arrest Robert Seacat, who stole items from Walmart.
Hey, now what? They don't protect people; they protect property,
and specifically the corporation's property. Because fuck this dude's house. Police offered Leo Lesh $5,000 for the loss of his home. But since then, he's had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars repairing the home, and he's now filed a lawsuit claiming his civil rights violations, or his civil rights were violated, and he didn't receive just compensation from the government. Yeah. So basically, their argument is that they had a right to destroy his house to get to a thief. So good times.
Destroyed his house to get to a thief.
Right.
And this is all, it's always an alleged thief.
Right.
It could have just been some fucking shitty fucking asshole that worked there that's just like, I think they did something.
Or it's like them niggas who stand outside and just shoot people. I don't know. They look suspicious.
Oh, that was Home Depot.
That's been a few places. This happened at Walmart, happened at Home Depot. There was another one too, like a Lowe's or no, it wasn't Menards. A Lowe's maybe?
I think Lowe's, because I didn't know Menards existed yet. And when we covered that, I still lived in Florida.
So how's your Facebook feed?
Oh, it's fucking fantastic. I did this test where I basically because I had a few minutes, so I fucking sat down and I just scrolled my feed kind of quickly, and I was just anybody who posted some shit that I was like, this is not interesting or useful, or you're not a person that I would ever hang out in real life if got the chance. So I don't really care about your personal journal update, right? So I 30 days snoozed over 50 people, in less than an hour.
You might not have to in the future, because Facebook is going to start automatically hiding posts from people who span users' news feeds. especially if they're using clickbait, sensationalized, or misinformative articles. I have no idea how the fuck they're going to implement this shit.
Oh, so Huffington Post is gone.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
Fuck
Like-
that. Huffington Post is corporate.
So I don't know. According to a study that showed the same people who share vast amount of public posts also tend to share, quote, low quality content. All right.
That's not defined, and they didn't give 10 examples.
No, they did not.
That's the basis of the decimal system. Give me 10 fucking examples.
Facebook said it is aiming to make people's news feeds more informative. By taking steps like this to improve news feeds, we're able to surface more stories that people find informative and reduce the spread of problematic links such as clickbait and misinformation.
Problematic.
I have no idea how this shit's going to be implemented, yo. None.
Man, that's why, man, just start subscribing to shit directly.
Yeah.
You know, I get my black. I never got Black Agenda Report through the Facebooks. I'm subscribed directly to their podcast. You know, there's heads like you that are subscribed directly to the Black Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're subscribed directly to Rashani Single Simulcast or Actify Chat and Actify Press. Just subscribe to niggas directly. You know, and Facebooks, really, they can't do that to me because, like, after I did this 30-day newsfeed ban, I did it like almost around like 3 weeks ago. So in some days, some of those people will start coming back. And then, like, if their shit isn't useful then I'm just going to fully unfollow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I edit my shit too well. They can't handle me. This is like Pandora Radio trying to play shit I don't want to hear. I've been tuning my Pandora Radio for 8 fucking years. It's perfect.
Nice. And this one is from Lima, Peru. 9 people have died and over 50 people became ill at a funeral because they ate contaminated food. So this is in the Ayacucho region in the Andes Mountains. And I just wanted to mention this just as a reminder, try to be careful of what you're consuming if you can. I know that's really difficult, but it turns out whatever food was used to make this meal had fertilizer in it and pesticides in it, and that made the people sick and a bunch of kids died. And apparently this has been a recurring problem because in 2013, 23 children died after eating a contaminated meal at school. Yeah. So that's what we're doing with pesticides and fertilizers and shit. So, try to be careful with what you're eating. Yeah. Yeah.
Pesticide is what you should write on the side of the bullets that you use to shoot members of the Electoral College with. Over in the archive. Huh?
You can't do that.
Yeah, you just need like an engraver. Over on the archive chat space, winecellarmedia.com on the privately owned social networks, the Facebooks, J May has been joined. There's MT over there posted up in the joint. Ann Lee posted up in the joint. And J May said Facebooks is all about censoring shit now. Gotcha. And Ann Loco said my stuff is probably considered low quality by Facebooks because I post about disability issues a lot. Yes, very low quality. Or they're just like, can you afford the best disability accoutrement? Right. Like, but what do you have the gold-plated crutches?
Right.
Do you have the Gucci wheelchair? And said, because Facebooks believes people only want happy. Nobody tunes into this program for that.
Don't. But then that's also weird, because remember Facebook did that fucking study where they were trying to make people depressed on purpose?
Oh, shit. That was 2013.
Right. And now they're like they just really are like hardcore social fucking engineering. Whatever they feel like doing this year is what's going to be in your fucking newsfeed.
Yep. And J May, anyone speaking on social justice will suddenly become clickbait spam. Well,
yep.
Doesn't it depend on how you're speaking on social justice? Because if you're talking about these SJW motherfuckers from the right, that's right. That's free speech. If you're talking about, the progressives are just going a little too far, buddy. They're just going a little too far. I think Lincoln Chafee would have been pretty good. Oh, Martin O'Malley, pretty good. Like, if they're coming at you from the so-called left, that's all right. But if you're talking about sex workers' rights, hey, slow down there, weirdo.
Well, wait, do you mean actual sex workers or the sex bots in Toronto?
Oh, no, that's the thing. The sex bots are the actual sex workers now. The human beings are just life imitating our art.
Woo, shit. Speaking of sex worker stories, I have two, actually, because I forgot about one.
My bad. I was just trying to think of it, and I got a notification there.
Yeah.
Anna Loco, you might want to follow Rebecca Marie Strout, who also posts ableism in my news feed. See, I did not 30-day snooze that nigga. That's somebody I follow.
All right, so the first sex worker cop story, Columbus, Ohio. A woman was shot multiple times and killed in a police-involved shooting in Franklinton. An officer was also injured when he was stabbed in the hand, according to police. Crews responded to the report of a shooting on South Yale Avenue last Thursday. It happened outside an apartment building. Authorities say 23-year-old Donald Castleberry was shot multiple times and taken to Grant Medical Center in critical condition and later died from injuries. Columbus police say an altercation occurred when an undercover vice officer attempted to arrest a suspected prostitute in a Columbus police vehicle behind an apartment house.
This show is fucked up.
So can we just talk about that for a second, though?
Yes.
An altercation occurred when an undercover cop attempted to arrest a suspected prostitute in a police vehicle. Why, pray tell, can you imagine a sex worker would have been in the vehicle of a cop before actually being arrested?
Oh, because that's the new cosplay. All right, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not funny.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's the new cosplay. It's art. And you're cosplay shaming. All right.
I am kink shaming hardcore right now.
Yes.
So
Like these guys.
John Lewis, I mean you.
Jesus. John Lewis. God damn.
Every time they beat the shit out of me, I thank them for their service. Okay, yeah, I'm kink shaming for sure.
His safe word is caucus.
Oh, shit.
Raucous caucus. Fucking yeah, so but that's the thing though. The guy, they dress up, they find a security guard uniform.
Mm-hmm.
They spray paint with very, very intricate detail what the police car would look on the side of their vehicular.
Mm-hmm.
They get a couple of flashlights, stick them on the top, get a little whoo-hoo noise. And the sex workers are like, oh, that's just one of the guys.
It's one of the guys.
What do they call them? The Johns, or if you're in the UK, a punter.
Punter.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously he killed her, but, what gets me, so, and according to her family, she was in the front seat with him, which makes sense, and then ended up stabbing him in the hand when he did something she didn't like, and then he pulled out a gun and shot her. But why would you be in the front seat of a police car if you were not under arrest? And also, I would add, not handcuffed. Why would you be in the front of a police car, not handcuffed and not arrested, unless this is a good cop that trusts sex workers, right? Okay,
and wants to treat her like an adult and not infantilize her like you.
Mm-hmm.
Put her in the back seat. What, she a fucking child? No, it's in the front seat. Control the radio. Be a good ride shotgun, if you will.
Right.
Good cops.
So yeah, so basically, he tried to rape her and she was not having it, so she stabbed him in the hand and he murdered her. And hashtag good cops.
Yeah. Hashtag good cops. Always share that. Use that hashtag, niggas.
Hashtag.
Jesus Christ.
And then also a sex worker story. And by the way, this is by Hannah Strong from The Sun News, which is a local Myrtle Beach outlet. If you happen to see her on Twitter, because she's on Twitter, you can feel free to yell at her for putting in the victim's mugshot of this story. Sex workers have been commenting for the last day or so. You can feel free to get in on that. Just let her know. 2 people were charged with prostitution. Which is weird because one of them was the client and one was the sex worker, but they're both charged with prostitution because laws make sense in this country. After a Horry County police called to a hotel Saturday night to investigate a domestic violence call, according to an incident report. Randy Elvis Haynes, age 54 of Conway, and Tamara Dinette Ford, age 32 of Myrtle Beach, are both charged with prostitution. Haynes, however, is also charged with third-degree assault and battery. Officers went to the Wood Spring Suites around 7:30 p.m. and found both suspects arguing in the parking lot. Haynes initially called police and said he and Ford agreed to $50 for intercourse, but Ford grabbed $100. He then said he grabbed Ford to get his money back, wrestled with her over the money until others in the hotel separated them. Yeah. He choked the shit out of her and tried to kill her is actually what happened. Yeah.
But they both got charged, though.
But they both got charged.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
If you have a cis male client and a cis woman sex worker, they're both sex workers because I don't know if you know, but cis men are actually putting in all the real work.
Wow.
Like, this is, like, how come when we go to do our tax returns, I'm taxpayer and your spouse? Cis men are doing all the real work. Yeah, like, in our particular microcosm, your domestic labor, you're just doing that vicariously through me. That's the thing. I got like mad like psychologicals and all that. You know what I mean?
Psychologicals be?
I can't even. That sounds like some shit Busta Rhymes would have said in '95.
Damn.
I got mad psychologicals, diabolical, and down to every last one of my follicles.
So here's the wild thing. Ford, who was the woman, told police the two had agreed to sexual intercourse for money, but she did not have sex with Haynes. So she got arrested and charged with prostitution for not actually prostituting.
Yeah. Was she a doll or not?
She is.
If you're not a doll, you don't even play around in the real business of sex work.
Woo.
Dolls work harder than women.
Ford said she clenched his money to her chest, and he then grabbed her by the throat and tried to pull the money out of her hands. The report says hotel management and residents saw him grab Ford by the throat, and that the incident was picked up on hallway cameras. And then Hannah L. Strong, at Hannah L. Strong on Twitter, posted the mugshot of Tamira Dynette. Oh, you misspelled her name. Tamira Dynette Ford, because it's public record, and apparently you should post the mugshots of sex workers who didn't actually engage in sex work but still got arrested anyway after nearly being choked to death because it's public record.
Yeah, when really they just want to. It's to make fun of a person that she looks like she's not doing well.
Yeah, and it's a black woman too.
Yeah, dark-skinned black woman doesn't look like she is particularly well nourished. You know, and or well rested,
right?
You know, not doing probably too well under capitalism. You know, probably capitalism's probably abusing her a bit worse, than the many.
Yeah,
and so let's have a chuckle.
Yeah, that's all it was. Because, and you know, this is like the shit you see all the time. Like the one guy who he killed his family. And they're showing, like, instead of his mugshot, they're like, here's them on vacation, right? But then you saw that nigga who killed the dude who, like, tried to assault his daughter. He got the full mugshot treatment.
Yeah.
It's like, we know the game at this point. We know what you're doing. You know. Thanks, Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We gotta get this episode done so we can get to the 700 Club.
Get to the 700 Club.
Yeah, because then Pat Robertson's gonna die. Do you not want to kill Pat Robertson with me?
Yes, of course I want to kill Pat Robertson with you.
Jesus.
New memories together. All right. This is, I think, it doesn't say where it is. It just says North Shore. Fantastic. Oh, this is from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, so hopefully Pittsburgh area. A woman named Alyssa Gibbs was walking along North Shore Drive early Sunday morning and saw piles of blood covering the sidewalk and a man laying lifeless on the ground face up, with cops standing over him. People were screaming, and we tried to avoid the blood on the sidewalk, she said, describing the scene. According to authorities, a black man named Dulane Cameron Jr., age 24, died from a stab wound to the neck after an altercation. White man, Joden Rocco, age 24. Yo, Rocco. Age 24, has been charged in the attack that occurred a little after 2 a.m. on the 300 block of North Shore Drive. He was apprehended when he flagged down a detective to ask for a ride home. He stabbed a black man in the neck and killed him, and then just said, I should probably call the cops to get a ride home.
This show is so reverse racist.
Yes, it is. Mr. Rocco is charged with criminal homicide and possessing an instrument of crime and is being held in county jail. According to the criminal complaint, Rocco was observed in a surveillance video acquired from Tequila Cowboy, clearly this is a bar strip, attempting to enter the restaurant near Little Red Corvette Bar. They have horrible names for their shit. After being denied entrance, he headed north toward PNC Park, where he encountered Mr. Cameron, who was walking with a friend, Trey Hendon. Rocco was seen bouncing and appeared very aggressive when all of a sudden he began attacking both men, trying to punch them. Mr. Cameron and Mr. Hendon were backing away as a crowd began to gather. Moments later, Rocco, who was shirtless, removed an object from his pants and walked towards the men. A few minutes later, Rocco is walking back on screen, putting an object in his pocket and fleeing the scene. One witness reported that men attempted to strike before Mr. Cameron fell to the ground, bleeding from the neck. Now, you know how you saw they framed this as an altercation. Some nigga ran up on them, tried to fight them, and then stabbed dude in the neck. And they're like, he died during an altercation. Like, it wasn't like they had we are going to go outside and fight, okay?
No, white people are never attackers, okay? They're colonizing. They're manifesting their destiny. They're, what is war? A conflict. What was this? An altercation.
Yes.
What the furthest they'll go is like what? Or even like rape culture shit. Sexual misconduct.
Right.
Right. White people are never doing anything violent rhetorically.
Mm-hmm. And Rocco has been arrested several times in the last 4 years on charges stemming from assault to public drunkenness. Most recently, he was charged in October 2017 with simple assault, harassment, and disorderly conduct. And he ended up pleading guilty to disorderly conduct alone. So they gave him a plea deal. So dude's been arrested a bunch of times for shit, and he's still getting plea deals.
So when they do call us something violent, hey, it's a simple assault over here.
Simple assault.
Simple.
It is.
Hey, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yes. All right.
MC Ren and Easy. All right. What do you got?
MC Ren and Easy, really? That's what you... All right.
And DJ Yella.
I guess it's a hashtag good cops. Also, kind of... I don't know. It's like morbid, but we're gonna try to gallows humor this. We're gonna try.
You are listening to White on White Crime in the Wine Cellar.
So Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
A police officer unintentionally fired his department-issued firearm 3 times.
Wait, unintentionally?
Unintentionally.
Discharged.
Yes.
His firearm.
Yes.
3 times.
3 times.
That's a clumsy motherfucker. Did he do that?
He did that. You should put that in the soundboard. Look what you did.
Ooh, Jesus, yeah.
Except here's the thing. He hit someone all 3 times.
That accident.
But here's the thing.
What?
The person was already dead. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The person was dead.
What?
Yeah.
What, rigor mortis didn't set in? It was flopping around. Said, is that life? I'm pro-life. Bang, bang, bang. What?
All right. So, according to the police spokeswoman, Alyssa Mizell, she says officers arrived on a scene and were told a person was acting suicidal. The person was holding a handgun. The person would not put the gun down and then shot themselves. But after the person was dead and fell to the ground after committing suicide, the officer still accidentally fired off 3 rounds, hitting the dead person's legs. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Like, what kind of mafia hit message is that?
I don't know. You saw the person die, like they shot themselves, and then you're like, I should also shoot them. What in the trigger happy?
Maybe he thought, considering that this is a good cop, they thought, oh, that's fucking that's competition for my job. Let me show him that I can do it better. 3 shots.
Like, what? Why are you shooting dead bodies? What the fuck? Don't worry, though. They're all suspended with pay, so they can think about what they've done.
For what? He was dead. I don't... It's almost on some level, do that more often. Shoot the already dead people.
Shit. Yes.
Like, I mean, real. That's the best you're gonna get out of them. That's it, and that's how low the bar is.
That's how low the bar is.
It's just, please shoot the already dead people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that situation. You're shooting the dead guy. Why are you shooting the dead guy?
The archive chat space can't even deal with it. WineCellarMedia.com on the privately owned Facebooks. Jay Mays, this is the most bullshit ass story where they're witnesses. Yeah, right?
Just the other officers who said, yeah, he shot the dead guy.
Wait a second. Only other cops?
Only other cops.
Oh, nigga, one of them other cops shot that nigga.
No. Based on the gunshot, it was a self-inflict because it was too close. Like the entry point of the wound that killed him was too close to have come from someone else.
Is the person who determined that outside of the department?
Of course not.
God damn it. Really? Because cops ain't never shot a nigga point blank range.
Huh? No, they have not.
Shit.
Ever.
Given that extra context, I know why the fuck that motherfucker was already dead.
I don't know. Shooting dead bodies. That's what they do.
Yeah, I made all those jokes. I made like 2 jokes. I made like those 2 jokes just to find out that, nah. And it's not even like I found out. I'm just going by what I already think about these fuckers from all the shit that I read about them for many moons.
Honestly, I can't even call it because it seems just as probable to me they would have killed him and then shot him again, or they would have just shot a dead body. Like, I can't really rule out either of those situations because this is just where the fuck we are.
Phoenix went to the food pantry.
Oh.
Got some cupcakes.
Ugh.
I disrespected those cupcakes.
You did.
And some swine.
A lot of swine.
And I ain't no Muslim. I am not Barack Hussein Obama. I ain't no Muslim, and I ain't as be Jewified. But for some reason, pork just isn't my first choice. I don't hate it. I'll eat it down tasty good. Barbecue sauce, eat it in the hood. And just like I should. I do like them, Sam, I am.
Wow.
I fucking like bacon, pork steaks, and ham. It's just not my first choice. But they gave you like 2 or 3 pork steaks. And then the regular cow steak they did give you was bacon wrapped.
Yep.
I was like, God damn.
Everything came with bacon.
What if a poor Muslim needs this food pantry?
Or a Jewish person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a Jewish person that, really practices.
Yeah.
Is dead serious about it. And it's like fucking, and then like all the runaround they had you do. What up?
Right. Okay. So, whoo. All right. So first, you show up to where the food pantry is, and they're like, "We can't help you. You have to get a referral," which no one told me when I called. Which actually makes them. The reason that we're going to the food pantry specifically right now is because this month I had to pay my car insurance, and I had to get my license plate renewed, and the car battery went out, and that involved like Ubering to work back and forth a few times. So it's like a very, very expensive month.
Yeah, like Uber and to and from work, that's $30 a day easy. Given our distance, right. And I think your work is even farther.
Yeah. So that's fun. So that's like that was going on. I was like, all right, so we have to pay for all that. So like, let's just hit up the food pantry because we don't have grocery money at all. So go to the food, call the food pantry. What time are you open? First of all, the hours they're open are not the hours on their website. Awesome, fantastic. It says they're open till like 3. No, they close at 11:30. All right, gotta hurry up and go. So get there, and they're like, where's your referral? You need a referral. I'm like, nobody told me I need a referral. You just told me to come here and get food. And I was like, no, you have to go to the community resource center to get a referral. Like, all right, go to the community resource center and like do all the paperwork there and get your fucking referral. All right. Which of course is time consuming. I'm like, I have to get back before they close at like 11. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, finally get back to because this is in a church. And they're like, okay, here's the rules. You can only come once a month. And I'm like, what?
Once a month? You would think for once a month the cabinets would be spilling over.
They're not. And then they're like, but we do have so like the way the town is set up, like this church is literally in like a 2-block radius of other churches. There's easily like 8 churches just in this area, like just like on each block. And so they're like, yeah, each one of these ones has a different soup kitchen, or no, they call it a soup kettle, I think.
A
soup kettle every night. And they're like, but the food pantry is only once a month. If you need more food, you have to come to the soup kettle. I was like, what? All right. So it's the one food pantry a month visit and the soup kitchen. Got it. So then I was like, okay, well, here's the stuff. Here's, how many people are in the family and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, we'll just sit here. We'll bring your stuff out. And I was like, wait, what? So like, I've been to a few food pantries, and you normally walk through them and grab, they'll be like, you can take like, 5 things off this shelf, or you can take like 2 meats out of this freezer, or, here's like the vegetables, it'll be, whatever, like corn, peas, carrots, green beans, like pick, you get like 5 vegetables, pick your vegetables. They're like, no, we just pick it for you and give it to you in a bag.
Yeah.
So if you don't want something, or you're allergic to something, you just fucking get it anyways. And they give you what they give you based on how many people are in your home and the ages of people in your home, right? Because someone was there before me and they got a box of cereal, but they got like, I don't know, some like adult shit, like fucking Special K. I got the fucking sugar shit because obviously there's,
Yeah. Oh man. Should I go get that box? Because it was like Lucky Charms.
It's generic Lucky Charms.
It was not Lucky Charms. It was Millville.
It was like, what the fuck was it? Like Lucky Marshmallows?
Magic Marshmallows.
Magic Marshmallows.
I'm telling you.
Generic ass wizard. I was like, really? This is the... And then everything that was a meat product involved pork in some ways. I was just like, oh, all right, well.
It's like
pork it is.
Corporate propaganda for a high femme cis male meth dealer is like what that character was on that fucking box of that Millville Magic Marshmallows.
Trying to sell you the real mushrooms, man.
And taking a look at the archived chat space, winecellarmedia.com on the Facebooks. Anna Loco said, when my nephew was suicidal and a jackass called the cops on him, the cops offered to shoot him dead so he'd not commit the crime of attempting suicide. Yeah.
What?
And continued comments said, the cops actually escalated the situation, then arrested him for being suicidal and self-harming.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking... Well, you want to hear one more? You have it queued up, don't you? That's your favorite story?
I mean, it's definitely a story.
What is this? This is not a serious story. This isn't real. This is coming off of Sky News, and they have an application that you can get. It's news.sky.com, and their application is Sky News, and it's UK limited, but we're viewing it here in the corporate states of McMurica.
Yeah, because I don't have the app. I just have the web browser.
No.
Apps are stupid and no one likes them. I don't like apps.
I can't reach the soundboard fast enough.
I love stupid bullshit like this.
Not true. This article went up by Rob Kanayam, a news reporter. And so authorities in the Brittany coastal village have banned visitors from entering the sea for reasons. An individual named Roger Lars, who happens to be the mayor of Landavinic, he says that there must be no swimming or other water-based activities in waters nearby when it was known that there was a over-friendly mammal present. All right. As vague. The swimmers have also been prohibited from approaching within 50 meters of the animal. The 10-foot-long bottlenose dolphin, nicknamed Zafar.
Uh-huh.
Is that some anti-Arab shit?
I mean, it rhymes with Jafar.
Yeah, nigga. I think the conservatives really want to bomb Agrabah now.
Woo!
Nicknamed Zafar has been a regular attraction for beachgoers in Brest. That's B-R-E-S-T. That's the name of the place. Beachgoers in Brest on the west coast of France for quite some time. They've been going to see Zafar. He recently moved south towards a small commune called Landevenik. And for several months, he was considered friendly and non-aggressive, approaching children in sailing boats and allowing tourists to gently hold his dorsal fin and swim with him. But authorities grew concerned a few weeks ago when Zafar began to rub himself against swimmers and boats. Also, Zafar likes dolls too. In apparent attempts to become more intimate. A swimmer had to be rescued by Coast Guards last month after the dolphin refused to allow her to return to the dry land.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus Christ. They really are. How like humans are they? That's some
Wasn't
man
there like
shit.
a whole thing about like dolphins are actually the biggest assholes in the ocean?
I never read a lot on it, but I saw a video clip of a dolphin fornicating a dead fish's head, and the head was all that was there.
Do you know dolphins have blowhole sex?
So do humans, but those I think in both cases it is sodomy. In a separate encounter, the lonely dolphin didn't seem like it, dangerously leapt over a kayaker's head. The mayor was finally forced to act last week when Zafar appeared to throw a young bather into the air with his nose. God damn. An individual named Sami Hassani, who is a specialist in marine animals on the Oceanopolis Sea in Brest, that's the name of the place, B-R-E-S-T, he said that while friendly in nature, the size and strength of bottlenose dolphins means they could accidentally cause serious injuries with their tail fins. The local news service Quest France has reported that the ban has now lapsed because the dolphin is believed to have left the waters. Its website adds that the decree will come back into force if Zafar returns. The ban did not go unopposed when it was first enforced. Of course, I want to know if this guy identifies as a libertarian in however they say it in France. A lawyer from an area called Breton, B-R-E-T-O-N, a Breton lawyer named Erwin Lecornec announced he plans to challenge the rule, accusing Mr. Lars of overstepping his authority and endangering the, quote, rightly positive approach that people have towards dolphins, end quote. If he was McMurrican, he would have said, our civil liberties to become more intimate with dolphins if we should so consent. And that's the only time you'll hear that man say consent. How about some N-word? Everybody likes that. But before that, let me tell you about this little motherfucker right here. This nigga here, I don't want to genderfy this nigga, so this nigga, Jacory Holder, Jecorey, Jacory Holder, phonetically. Jacory Holder is a cartoonifier, all right? Writes things, puts words on them. You can dig it. Everybody's having a good time. Jacory Holder and Fallon Matthew of FallonKitty.com will start Patreon pages, or I'm just going to start writing diss tracks about them until that's bullying. They can't. They're not even rappers. They can't battle back.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I can. That's what's happening. So, Jacory, you don't want to end up another battle rap story. All right. And so check that nigga out. He's on the Facebooks. I said he. I don't want to genderfy that nigga. Check out Jacory Loco on the Facebooks, and check out Fallon Matthew, FallonKitty.com. And Fallon Matthew better kick that shit up over in the archive chat space. BDSM Dolphin.
Yes.
And
who doesn't respect safe words, apparently.
Huh? What would the safe word for a dolphin be? Like, or however, I don't know what noise they make. I can't do an impression of them. I don't know. Flipper. Man, that was whack television. I remember when shit like that would come on, and I used to just think, like, entertainment's gonna be way better than this in the future, and it fucking is because
Jesus.
What Jesus? What?
Really?
Why are you complaining?
I can see what you're queuing up. I can see it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can see it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't know. You don't
Really?
know
Really?
Doc Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just hating.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, let's go.
They
with
call
that.
it the N-word. Have you ever heard anything more stupid than that?
All right, it's N-word time, people.
Whew.
What, you don't like N-word time? I can actually bring up the video for the Facebooks live. It won't show up the most greatly greatness, but you will
Greatly
is be.
greatness.
Yeah, fool.
Okay.
Thought you knew, Buster. Let's check this guy out. So this is Coach Dave Dobenmeyer, the same guy who brought us hits like male, what was it? Male butt sex
is inconvenient.
Yes, ma'am. Male butt sex is inconvenient. Now he's got something to say about the N-word. Come on.
Have you ever heard anything more stupid than that? The N-word. What is the N-word? Well, the N-word is where they call somebody nigger, right? Or niggardly. Remember?
You can tell he's having a good time saying the word because he doesn't know that people like us exist that just make fun of him. Like, they actually, because they're sadists, they want to offend.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you can't offend me with that word because I've been physically attacked with that word attached. You're just saying it in a screen in the privacy of your own home like a little punk. That don't scare nobody.
A guy got in trouble for being called niggardly. Jared, that'd be a good word.
That was
Let's go
years
to
ago
Whataburger.
too. Like y'all late as shit with them. With it
Yeah.
sometimes.
That shit was like 1999, I
Yeah.
think it was. Yeah, I can't remember if it was Congress or Senate. Yeah, that's the kind of nerds we are. Yeah, because I remember like watching that story unfold live. Like I'd read updates on it for the next couple days in the News Tribune of Pierce County.
Let's go to Webster's 1828 dictionary, Jared, and look up the word niggard.
Wait, did you say the 1828 dictionary?
Yes, the 1828 dictionary.
They don't have a 2017?
He's the coach.
They have a 1928 at least?
That doesn't have the right kind of neggers in it.
Whew.
He wants 1828 neggers, all right?
I bet he does. I bet he wants that pre-emancipation proclamation nigga type shit.
Hell yeah.
Niggardly. Niggardly. Niggardly means covetous or avaricious, sordidly, parsimonious. Boy, I gotta get up at thesaurus. Extremely sparing of expense. Sparing, wary, cautiously avoid.
Yeah, because the person in Congress or the Senate where they said that, they were like, they were basically saying you're being stingy with the money.
Right. They said, yeah, he won't pass this bill because he's being niggardly.
Yeah.
Because he was saying it about someone, right?
Yeah, but you know what you're doing. You know
Right.
you're saying, you know you're being a fucking clown. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's like if I was talking about Roll Elori Cutno, and I pretended to slip up and say Cuntno. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I quit goofing around. All right.
Putting profusion. Niggardly basically means cheap. Okay? Somebody's niggardly, they're cheap.
That's still, just saying that alone isolated sounds pretty racist.
It does. Especially when you could just say cheap. Less letters, easier to spell, fewer syllables.
Right? And people tend to like that. Like people, like, I meet people. Hey, my name's William. How, Will? Hi, Will. No, motherfucker. My name's William. Don't call me that country shit.
Willie.
Woo! Willie that's disgusting. My hairline will never look bad enough to be a Willie. All right.
I used to know someone with that name. Well, that's actually what people just called him, but
He accepted it.
because they couldn't pronounce his actual name because he was from Africa.
Make him do it.
He wasn't the type.
He should have had my mother.
Now, Jared, look up nigger. Is nigger on there? Does Webster even have a word nigger?
love saying the word so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's also like, but how corny are you? Like, this word has existed since when, like the 1600s? And y'all still like, I'm gonna say it. because it's never been in a movie, a song, a racialized attack, like a book. Like, I don't know. There's never been a book about slavery where they use like Mark Twain doesn't fucking exist, actually.
Nigger Jim.
Right, never existed. It's never been in a movie. I don't know if you knew this. There's never been like a racist movie ever.
Yeah.
Like American History X, I'm sure they never said it at all. Like, like fucking. It's like, but you're still like, it's so important. I have to say the word nigger. Yeah, we've been saying it for like hundreds of years, and it's been done by hundreds of thousands of people millions of times. But I need to say it too because it's different when I say it.
In American History X, that motherfucker said that Jewish nigger-loving hippie bullshit. Edward Norton was having too much fun with that character. Like, I don't think I'd be comfortable interacting with him.
Shit. I wish we had that scene from Boondock Saints queued up now. Where the dude's like trying to tell a joke and they were like, it's not racist enough. And he's like, so you know the black guy, like, nigger, say nigger. It's like the like he just really didn't want to do it. But he was like a low level mob guy, and it was like his crime boss who wanted to do it. So he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna say it. It was horrible." Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Let's see a little bit more. I don't want to do the whole clip. It's not all worth it. Let's see a little bit more of Da Coach.
Wasn't even a word. Niggard. Niggard is what? Niggard is narrow, to haggle, to be sordidly parsimonious. I'm going to look that one up. Exhibit analogies similar to those of wretched, wrecked, and haggled. A miser, a person meanly close and covetous. A sordid wretch who saves every cent or spends grudgingly. That's a niggard. That's niggard. That's to be a niggard. Right?
Wait, he deliberately skipped the part that there was a definition there on the screen that said serves his master.
Uh-huh.
And they just kind of went past that one.
They did.
What happened?
Yeah, you see what they've done to us with words? Jared, by the way, do it again, Jared, 1828. Please look that up for me again. Nigger. Nigger. No word. Wow. Wonder where that came from. Wonder whose idea that was. And I wonder, Demony, family.
He's just wondering. Nigga, say the answer you think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading an article in the paper. I was in high school. I was reading an article in the paper. I just scored a bunch of points in a basketball game. And
a nigger.
Just let me take a moment to humble brag before I get to my story.
If that's actually true.
It's not.
The guy said something about
this is the kind of guy that struck out in T-ball.
Shit.
Let that see known. And Anna Local in the archive chat space also said cheap is easier to say.
Mm-hmm. It's easier to say, type, text, like.
Yeah, and on some ableism shit. Anna Loco said I have speech issues. Yeah. Easier. And FallonKitty.com in the archive chat space said I went to high school with a William, but everyone called him Willie Brown. Woo, that's a buck dancing name. You can't call me that. You can't call me that. I am gonna go on a high pitched, well enunciated tirade if you dare call me Willie Brown anywhere, any place.
Diminutive Daubenmeier does this. So diminutive Daubenmeier then took control of the game, something like that. So I'm in high school, right? Sophomore in high school. I said to my mom, what's that mean? Diminutive. And she said,
wait, let's hear, because you know all the words. What is diminutive? Miss Ma'am.
What?
All right, let's see what Coach Dave's mother said in this story that may or may not be true.
It's not true.
Small.
Because, mind you, he's astute enough to read a newspaper, but not astute enough to Google the words he doesn't know in the newspaper, really.
Huh.
So, no, I'm calling straight bullshit on the story.
Okay, let's see. I think it was just coming into him saying his mother said slow.
Oh, small.
Small.
Yeah. You know what? I'd rather they call me a nigger. I didn't look at myself as small. What do you mean small?
This whole thing started because he wanted to be called a nigger instead of little.
Yeah, man. You call me little. Make me think you're talking about my genitalias. Come on.
Why are they able to get away with that? Why can they call me small? Why can they call me fat? Why can they call me hick? Why can they call... And I can't say... Oh.
Hick? Hick is bad.
What does that have to do with diminutive?
He'd rather be called small.
No, he'd rather be called a nigger.
Yeah, that's
actually,
right.
Somehow, for some reason.
Oh, because it won't come with any violence if you call him a nigger.
Shit.
Hey, David, you're a nigger, son. See, he's not worried.
I can't say the N-word. Oh.
That's why, like, for the short time that I drove a car, like, I'm not a heavy motorist, but, like, a little bit, like, every once in a while, like, just see a jogger, just yell out the window, hey, get out of my neighborhood, nigger. You know, yeah, you just yell that at a white person sometimes. I'm me. You think when I turn off the microphone for the podcast, I'm not still me? Actually, she does know. I'm still me. Yeah, like, yeah, she's seen me interact with folks in the grocery store and whatnot. Fucking monkeys. And, yeah, man, I used to be fun. Just be like, get out of here, nigger. You know, because they don't know. They're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, you can kind of see them turn their head. Sometimes they stop jogging, and then they just keep going because they know nothing's coming of it. Because they're fine. They are the attacker. All right.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Right.
See what they've done to us? See what they've done to us?
Yep, that's what we done to them. Coach Dave. And it's hard to, the audio that somebody clipped up from Alex Jones talking about the pornography that was on his smart device, which I wouldn't know how to label it. I mean, people say transgender, but I don't know if those performers identify as such or what.
As far as I know, they typically identify as transgender. That particular genre is typically referred to as T-girl.
Nah.
Yeah, like that's what the genre itself is referred to. I'm not sure that it's necessarily polite to refer to someone as that outside of the genre.
Yeah,
like,
everything.
Like, you know what I mean? Like outside of porn. Because a lot of porn terms aren't necessarily...
Yeah, like everything is fucking slurs when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like everything is just fucking like the kind of like the language that gets them murdered when they're not on camera if they are performers. You know, so but yeah, so Alex Jones, there's that video clip. He's flipping through his smart device, and one of the tabs that he had open was that pornography film. Or a link to a pornography film.
Yeah, it looked like you know when you play a video and it's just got like the still frame. So like he was ready to play it and go do whatever.
And
I don't know.
The image I saw was blurred out already, so I don't know if like the uncut image is out there still. And apparently the way folks found it was this was apparently a well-known performer.
Yes.
So they saw the name,
right,
and said, "Oh, he's checking out that motherfucker."
Right. Who happens to be trans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like so Alex Jones watches that pornography. What makes it grimy is the fact that he talks down on trans folks and says the kind of shit that gets them murdered, and then turns around and he's like that. You know, that's what makes it's like fucking grimy. The only thing that could make this shit funny is, again, his weird Yosemite Sam voice talking about it. You know, so you know what? I'll bring up that clip. Let me see. So I guess the Yahoo search. I'm claiming Yahoo search here.
Okay.
It's
Google though.
I don't care, man.
Oh, okay.
Alex Jones explains porn. All right.
Just so you know, one of the recommendations said physics, and I'm going to listen to that later.
Physics?
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones explains physics?
Yes. I'm going to listen to that later.
Man, it's going to be hard to end this episode without seeing that. All right, so like the people, they kind of clipped and cut this up, so it's not the straight raw audio as I would prefer.
I never sucked any ding dongs.
All right. Yeah, I mean, and apparently this was his response to this.
And who cares?
You care, actually.
Yeah, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose. The son of a bitch walked in there in my own office when I'd splattered stuff on myself and I was changing shirts. He goes, "Oh, that's a good shot. Let's get your shirts." And then he goes, I go, "Hey, have some of this chicken and sausage." So technically I said, Jones offered me his sausage. Yeah, give me a break, you son of a bitch. I like women, not men.
Oh, let's see. Looking over here. Oh, geez. Anna Loco said, a friend of mine asked who Alex Jones is. I sent him all of your podcast links about Alex Jones and blew his mind. Thank you. Sharing the program.
Thank you.
And also, like sharing Alex Jones links, like, yeah, it is self-backpatting, but I think, like, over the past 3 years, we have pretty responsible Alex Jones coverage.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, but it's responsible. And skibba-dooba-dooba-doo. Anna Loco said, typically a fetishizer. They point judgmentally while fapping in secret to the peoples they speak hate on. What is that? Point with your left and
point with your left hand and jack off with your right.
And bastard mate with your right.
If I like men, I'd be proud of it. I'd have a line of them. But I ain't ever been in bed with no man.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, he's like, what if I was gay? I wouldn't hide it. Yes, the fuck you would, if you are, or you were attracted to trans women. You would never admit that shit, because you spend your shows talking about they're trying to have their way with your children, or everybody knows that people become gay because of the water and because homosexuals are trying to abuse children. Or he thinks of those fucking, what the fuck is that, NAMBLA shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're all trying to do. That's their gay agenda. Like, you would not fucking talk about shit if you were gay. If I don't know what the fuck he identifies as or is, but you know, you wouldn't fucking brag about that shit.
Which, like, over 90% of any NAMBLA shit you see online, that's fucking 4chan niggas fucking playing their little fucking games.
Yeah.
You know, because of course they think pedophilia is a game.
Of course they do.
But,
well, sadists.
And like Alex Jones saying he'd be all out and happy about, you know, and showing off. Yeah, if I was gay, nobody would know, because you wouldn't even know me, because I'd be on my island sipping a drink I can't pronounce, paid for by the most homophobic Congress critters and senators that ever show up on Fox News talking shit. Those would be my clients, and I'd be on my island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad way to go.
I'd be fucking chilling. Just fucking smoking reefer, blowing in a Komodo dragon's face.
No, those shits will eat your face. You can't. No.
Yeah, they got that fucking. They don't have acid, but like they're just full of bacteria. Like their mouths are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when a turf talks. All right, let's see.
But Komodo dragons can run up walls. Mean run up walls.
That was some sort of euphemism.
No.
That's a euphemism.
That's not a
Vince
euphemism.
Leader said a Komodo dragon to run up your walls. Come on.
I've been in bed with probably 300 women. And
I don't know if you knew that about Mr. Jones and me.
That just speaks to their fucking hypocrisy and their punditry, where it's like, he calls himself a good Christian. A good Christian wouldn't brag about having sex with 300 women. A good Christian fan base wouldn't be like, oh, that's the guy, if you heard him saying that. But, you know, whatever. You know, hypocrisy, it's what they do.
Yes.
Probably 300 women. And you sons of bitches sit there and you play these games, and I'm sick of it. So, that said, ladies and gentlemen.
Why does this co-host look so uncomfortable having to sit through this segment, though? This nigga is not feeling it.
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding dong.
Look at his co-host.
Yeah. He's like, man, I'm just... Because you know what? Those InfoWars checks are probably all right.
Yeah. So like,
yeah.
Oh, just sit here and just fucking wait to get paid.
No.
The money is worth it. The money is worth it. The money is worth it.
Yeah, just don't want the student loan debt, B. Don't want the student loan debt. Before we go running away out of here, seen something that I want to go ahead and get in the show notes for the next one. It's trans rights and sex workers' rights rolled into one. Mm-hmm. So that's coming up. And that's the kind of conversations we had. That was a couple days. Like we were in the kitchen and I like put my hands on the table like it's time for serious talk. Miss Phoenix McColored Bam. We're not covering enough sex workers' rights and trans rights stories lately on the past few episodes. And that shit matters because I'm sure that there are probably some folks that tune into the program like expecting that, like waiting, like they load their podcast feed and they're like, all right, the Black Podcast, I know I'm going to hear some of that shit with the other, shit they hit up. And like for like 5-6 episodes in a row, it's missing.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, fuck the Black Podcast. And they're dissing us right now.
Oh, Pink News covered that story too.
Yeah, pinknews.co.uk.
And the sidebar is the anti-trans InfoWars host Alex Jones explains why transgender porn was on his phone.
That was what led me to first see it, but they don't have any of the video clips in that link.
They're not good about video clips.
Yeah, only
they're not good about screenshots either.
No. But then again, they're UK. They don't have our values. They're like, the written word is powerful. The written word is very mighty.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Indeed. But yeah, so and it's a radical feminist labor activist that has ties to Jeremy Corbyn, if you want to get out ahead of it before OOS. All right, so that is winecellarmedia.com. PayPal. Oh, damn, winecellarmedia.com. Shit. Might disappear for a second. Got to work some overtime hours, replace the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we still own the name through web hosting, but the WordPress that expired, and that shit is $300 to turn back on. But we gotta replace the car first.
Yeah, car first.
Yeah, and some niggas came the fuck through on helping us with our Uber shit. Y'all niggas came through.
And copays and the doctor copays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, nigga. So paypal.me/Phoenix and William, patreon.com/winecellarmediafund. All right. And the Wine Cellar Media Fund, like I said in the last episode, the amount that people are giving us is publicly available. So you can see that 48 people are currently subscribed, and then that many money dollars is coming off of those 48 people. It's not like other ones where you can see, damn, them niggas got 1,000 subscribers, but no number of the dollars.
But do you think we should make it private so people can't see how much? Because maybe people don't want their donations to be known.
No, it doesn't show your individual. It only shows the collective.
Got it.
Yeah, and I don't want to hide the collective. And I said, like, niggas that I agree with and disagree with, they have their collective hidden. Elon James White, his shit actually increased ever since his buck dancing manifesto.
He got a lot more white money, I'm sure.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he got probably like Rita Harris and all those fucking white feminists with black men. Fuck yeah. Yeah, totally. All right. So that ought to be the whole goddamn deal. Face Booze Live. I got to end it. Good day, nigga.
Bye.
And podcast audio.